Hi, I'm Keith Sorrow, publisher of designKC, and I'm here today in the beautifully redesigned kitchen for Amy Gerard. Amy is the marketing director of Schlegel Design Remodel. We're also here today with Charlie Schlegel, CEO of Schlegel Design Remodel. Today we're going to learn what makes a green kitchen sing. This is Off the Page. Charlie and Amy, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to show us this amazing project firsthand.
Oh, never too busy to show off beauty.
Right?
Why, thank you.
We're really excited to feature your project in the next
Oh, the project, yeah.
And you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. You know, one of the challenges I think for you with this project was you're the marketing director for Schlegel Design Remodel.
Yes, guilty, that's me.
So one of the real biggest issues, I'm sure, is how do you decide to work with your employer on a major project like this?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you? We had some upfront conversations about how that would go, but other than that, as marketing person, I get to go into these homes.
Sure.
I get to work with our clients to photograph them, and they're amazing. I've been into additions and kitchens and bathrooms, and they're all beautiful. They're designed custom to our clients' lifestyles, and the craftsmanship is like none other. So my husband and I knew when it was time for this project, Schlegel was the only option because we needed it to be at a certain level. We wanted it to feel like it was part of the home. We wanted it to be at the right level of craftsmanship, that things aren't breaking in a couple of years. Those were really important things. So,
Charlie, is she a difficult client?
No, Amy was wonderful to work for, and I think it really comes down to being a professional design, build, remodeler, that we can get a lot of that out before we start a project. So we eliminate a lot of the questions and concerns and potential issues of employer and employee working together.
Yeah, so in some ways it was easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew the process, so
Right.
that helped.
That does help. So 10 years you lived here before
Yes.
you decided to do this remodel. What were some of the things that drove you to make these major changes?
Yeah, so 10 years, we knew almost out of the gate that we wanted to do something to the kitchen. It was small, it's a 1950s ranch. It had some wear and tear, cracked countertops, breaking cabinets, broken appliances. So we were really at that, it's either time to remodel or it's time to do something. We knew we wanted to add on. We didn't know what that meant. Leslie presented one option that just blew our minds. Something we never would have thought of out of the box, and now we're sitting in it.
And here it is.
Here it is.
And it was more than just the kitchen. You did some other areas of the home as well.
We did. So we added on to the kitchen and we did a mudroom add-on as well. And then we also did the family room. So we kind of merged those rooms and made it feel open, but yet kept individual rooms.
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of individual rooms. I love wide open spaces, but that's not for our lifestyle.
Well, the flow feels great.
Yeah.
Well, talking about lifestyle, how did this entire remodel change your family's lifestyle?
Immense. It's been an immense change in a very positive way. Now when my kids come home from school, they don't just put everything in the kitchen. That used to be where you entered. So they have the mudroom to put their backpacks and their shoes.
Do they?
They do put them in there. The hooks are they're just for looks. We don't actually.
So it still hits
Same
the
in my
floor, but at
house.
least you're not tripping over.
And the shoes still sit in front of a door instead of in a cubby, but baby steps.
Close enough.
Baby steps.
So, Charlie, working on this project, one of the things that happens a lot in your business is kind of scope creep. Talk a little bit about that and maybe some of the challenges that you experienced with this project.
Well, we were fortunate on this project to go through our design process and therefore reduce, if not eliminate, pretty much any scope creep. In working with Amy and Calvin through the plan options, we really detailed how extensive we would have to go for the project. And then once we have that, the scope of work, we then can identify all the products that go into that. And so really, according to Amy, there were no scope creep change orders on this project. There were a couple of client-driven change orders on the project.
Yeah, you only do it once. So once you're in, you're like, oh, we should do this instead of this. But that was all on me.
But it's hard to plan like that. I mean, that comes up all the time. You have one vision and then you start down that path and then something could potentially change.
Oh yeah, I mean we've had projects in the past where clients decide to add more into the project, but really we can detail so specifically the areas we're affecting that we don't have to necessarily get into other areas or know before we even start that those areas will be impacted.
Sure. Yeah. So right smack dab in the middle of this project, the 95th Street tornado hit. Tell us a little bit about the challenges that gave you.
We're fortunate that Amy's house didn't suffer any damage from downed trees or limbs. There was a lot of that happened around here. The hardship that we faced was that we did get a little bit of water into the basement. We had a trench that was dug and was open for our electrical service upgrade to make it an underground service rather than above ground. And when the rains came, they filled that trench up to a level that it started to come into the basement a little bit. However, our project manager, Joe Maher, was here bright and early the next day, and he got that little bit of water cleaned up, and Amy and Calvin were satisfied to that extent.
And we had a river for a little bit.
Yeah, that was a bonus, right?
Yeah.
Super bonus. It had electrical, so maybe we didn't.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. So crisis averted.
Crisis
Yes.
averted. Joe was great.
So obviously green is your favorite color. I was reading in the article, your toenails are green, your purse is green, your kitchen is green. What's with the green?
I like green.
Sounds
No,
simple.
one, it's my favorite color, but two, it's organic. It's beautiful. It's what you see outside. So for us, it's not a trendy color necessarily if you do it right, and we stayed dark enough that it definitely feels almost more of a neutral color. But yeah, definitely guilty as charged, and maybe I won't do green toenails anymore after I hear it out loud. They're kind of cool.
Hey, it's your personal preference, right? So if you were to name one or two things that's your favorite about this project, and I know that's going to be tough, what would they be?
That's really hard. I would say the cabinetry is amazing. We did some, I call them bells and whistles on the inside. So we have dividers and pullouts and the garbage rollout. I've got a mixer lift. I like to bake, that one's big. And just the functionality. Our old drawers, you had to shake them out and the paint would go everywhere and it was a mess. So these are just seamless. And also I love the hood vent. That was one of those change orders. But
Client-driven.
it was a client-driven change order. But it was so worth it. Randy on our team, Randy Shepard, built that. And I love it. I feel like it's a great focal point.
Well, thank you both so much for taking us through this amazing project. We're really, really excited to feature this in our 2-year anniversary fall issue of designKC. Thanks for watching and reading. Look for the fall 2023 second anniversary issue of designKC on newsstands September 21st, or visit mydesignKC.com and order your subscription today. This is Off the Page.